Hey, Go Buddies fans. It is I, Jimmy, Sonic Sons, etc. This is my third take doing this. First time I was like, I could add another detail in there, and the next time I went overtime, and so let's see if I do it right now, and perhaps I'm stalling before we get to the subject matter here. I don't know. This is probably the least funny Go Buddies video ever. But I want to make a statement to the people that watch this and stuff, and I don't know. I'm considering humanism, or perhaps converting to humanism, or perhaps I've already converted and I'm just too scared to admit it, sort of thing. For those of you who don't know the term, and most people don't, humanism is a form of atheism, with the addendum that people should be good to each other. Because the word atheism doesn't say anything about morality. Humanism says, we're atheists, but let's be explicit here, we like people. We want people to be happy, not just superficially happy, but truly happy, and people should be loving and kind and generous, and we should, uplift humanity and stuff. Some people watching this might be saying to themselves, I'm sorry, what? Did you say atheist a moment ago there? Yes, I did. The belief that there is no God, or that there probably is no God. I mean, I won't claim absolute certainty on this or any issue. But, I believe on any issue, one has to look to the evidence. And wherever the evidence leads you, that's what you have to believe. And if evidence leads you some other way eventually, because new evidence shows up, or some new argument or something, then you change your beliefs to suit the facts, as opposed to cherry-picking facts to suit your beliefs. Now, let's start at the beginning here. I love Christianity. By the way, this whole thing is going to be just a mere summary of myself. I'm going to do another video on the Sonic Sons channel and go into more depth. So, I'm watching the clock. I love Christianity. West, the time I spent in church and youth group particularly, I've learned so much about morality. I felt and given so much love and fellowship, and that is good. It's beautiful. And one of the most annoying things in the world is that atheists who insist that all religions are evil and all evil things are religious. That's terrible. It's a terrible line of thinking. I love Christianity. But here's the thing. We tend to take the religious aspects, the exclusively religious aspects like God and miracles, and then we take the moral aspects, and we think of these as linked. Because, and God saith, love thy neighbor as thyself, right? God says it, that's a religious thing, and then love thy neighbor is a moral thing. We think of them together, and I found that, no, actually, they're not linked. They don't have to be anyway. A person can be religious and moral or not. They can be non-religious and moral or not, and all of these combinations are possible. And once you realize that, you find that, okay, we can judge religion entirely on its own merits. The explicitly religious, the exclusively religious, I should say, as opposed to the moral things which come along with religion, but can also come from atheism. The humanists look around and say, look, there are people, and these things are good for people, they make us truly happy, and these things are bad, and therefore we logically derive morality. So when I get morality elsewhere, and love and these other things can come, in that same non-God-like fashion, then I look at God and I say, do I know there is a God? Can I prove it? And I recognize that certain things in life are just hard to prove. Not everything is an easily measurable scientific scale sort of thing, I know. But, you try to find evidence for something as much as you can, right? You have to look. And the more I look into the Bible, I've always believed in biblical errancy, that the Bible is not perfect. And now I'm drifting towards more, it's probably not even divinely inspired. I mean, there's some great stuff in there. I believe Jesus existed, and he did some preaching, whatever, and was a philosopher, and a whole new religion sprung up around him. And he had some great ideas like that aforementioned love thy neighbor bit. And that's awesome. But the part where he was the son of God, like, Julius Caesar claimed to be the son of God, or a god. So did Alexander the Great, Jesus claims all these miracles. So did a bunch of other people on other ancient holy books of other religions and so forth. I don't have more proof for Jesus than anyone else. The Bible says the world was made in 6 days, and science says no, it wasn't. Going into the New Testament, the Bible says that certain forms of disease or insanity are caused by demons. And science says no, we found no evidence at all for demons. It doesn't add up. And it doesn't make sense either that there could be a perfect, omnipotent, omnibenevolent God and still there is suffering in the world. That doesn't quite make sense either. Now, Wes, again, we've been through a lot through youth group, and again, I love all that stuff. I love this part. Love and ethics and all these things. And just this part, I don't know. And Buffy, you have a lot of faith. You take from many traditions, but you believe in a God overall. I may be throwing you for a loop with my sudden revelation here that I'm either this close to converting or have already converted. I'm still sort of ambivalent or ambiguous about that. I don't know. If you want more detail, you can see my Sonic Sons video. But know that I still believe in morality and love and all that stuff, and I still do love Christianity. I don't have proof for miracles. Thanks for watching. See you later.